Well, good afternoon, traders. Let me know. Let me just unmute it here as well. There we go. Okay. Good afternoon, traders. Let me know. Can you all hear me loud and clearly? I would really just appreciate any comments in the chat section. That would be absolutely fantastic if you can just let me know that you can hear me loud and clearly. Traders, let me know. Let me just unmute. Okay, sorry, I see we had a bit of an echo there. So, yeah, just let me know. Can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Brian, first out of the gates, so says he can hear. Billy, yes. Willem, loud and clear. Okay, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. JD also says loud and clear. Trevor, how you doing? Shawl can hear, thanks. Okay, fantastic. So far, quite a lot of comments coming through. I really do appreciate everyone's involvement thus far. There we go. Willem, Leon, Tsapiso, so many people here. So, okay, I am going to specifically, personally, be trading the NASDAQ index today on this CPI event. So I will be trading the NASDAQ index. If you are going to be trading something different, please let me know in the chat section. I would really like to hear from you. What are you planning on trading during this specific reports being released now? So yeah, just send me a message. What are you going to be trading? Hi Marita, how are you doing today? Okay, so yeah, just pop me that message. Let me know what you're going to be trading, and then let's take it from there onwards. Just waiting to see some comments coming through. Okay, so I have some comments coming through here. So Trevor says he's going to be trading gold. Leon says he's going to be trading USD JPY. Neil says he is going to be trading gold and Dow. Tapiso says I'm planning on gold. Okay, great. Not a problem. So before we get started with the actual analysis and all of those lovely things, or me sharing my opinion, as usual, I would just like for you to just familiarize yourself with the risk disclosure currently on your screen. I didn't have it yesterday, but I have it ready today because, well, I got the screen share sorted out. So just familiarize yourself with that risk disclosure. Should you want to read in more detail, it is available on our website. So now that I've covered that, I can go back to just me here. And yeah, so then we are going to be chatting about a few things. We are going to have a look at what the actual report has in store for us for today. So I do see I had a few additional comments that came in as well. I have here, JD says he's going to be trading Euro USD. Euro USD actually yesterday was our best performing instruments for the day. So Euro USD actually really did well. Ian says he's going to trade NASDAQ and USD JPY. And then Billy says he's also going to be trading Euro USD and gold. And Marna says he's going to be trading gold. Okay, all very good options. So now that I have covered the risk disclosure and all those lovely things, I want to switch over to just have a quick look here at the economic calendar for today. So just wanting to, let's just duplicate that and then pop that over here. And then I can share it with all of you as well, so that we can have a quick look at this specific one right here. Okay, so let's screen share again. There we go. Okay, so economic calendar for today on your screen currently. And here you can see that obviously it's these reports here at the bottom that we are going to be waiting for. So we have the core PPI plus the PPI month on month that will be released today. And interesting enough, both of these reports are specifically pointing towards an increase in the interest rate or in the inflation from a producer point of view. So both of these are pointing towards an increase, and that will obviously, should this come out as forecasted. So if we have a look at that 0%, but if you look at last month's figure, last month we had minus 0.1. So 0% is actually an increase from what we had the previous month. Plus, if you look at the core PPI currently open on your screen as well, you will see that last month we had a 0. This month they're expecting or forecasting it to come out at 0.3. So should both of these come out as expected in that sense, then we are absolutely going to see a decrease in NASDAQ. We will see a decrease in gold. We will see an increase in USD JPY. We will see a decrease in Euro USD. So yeah, those are the primary things that will probably be taking place in that specific area. Is there anyone here that has a different viewpoint based on that specifically? Please let me know. Additionally, we also have the unemployment claims report that will be released. And again, now we have to also take that report into consideration, because that is also a massive report that ties in everything regarding this specific event, because it's not just the core PPI, it is also accompanied by that unemployment claims report. Now, there we can also see that they are forecasting a lower than expected or lower than the previous month PPI report. So they are expecting this one to come out, as I stated, lower than last month. So that specifically will have an effect here as well, because the fact, and should that come out in that sense, it ties in with the higher inflation. So this all ties in with that higher inflation, and that will obviously then create, again, exactly what I stated, with NASDAQ, Dow will probably drop, and everything else everything US will increase. So that all ties in there as well. I'm still waiting to see, and if you agree with me on this, please let me know. So I'm actually going to unshare my screen now so that I can see what everyone is saying here as well. So let me unshare that. So we do have a couple of comments that are coming through. Let me just move back over to that now. Okay, so here I have a comment here from Trevor that says gold seems to be expecting a decrease. So let me actually move over to gold real quick, and then we can have a look there. So gold is currently pushing down, and it's not really to say that gold is expecting a decrease if it's pushing down, Trevor. Because remember, what can also be happening right now is that the market could potentially be pricing in a potential increase. So it could be dropping back a little bit just before the report comes out to then spike higher. If we have a look, for instance, do me a favor, have a look at your chart for yesterday. Now, yesterday you will see something very, very similar happened. We had gold push down, and then just before the report came out, it was pushing down still, and then as the report came out, it shot up. So we could have something very, very similar happening today with that 1 hour candle that we are currently seeing on our screen as well. Does that make sense? Is there someone here that does not make sense to? Please let me know. I'd really appreciate to hear from everyone else here as well. Just going to wait to see if there's any comments coming through. And while you are, busy typing and so forth, getting ready for this specific event to take place, if you would be so kind just to smash that like button, I'd personally really appreciate that. So if you can just go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so here I see Trevor actually wrote, I mean a decrease in inflation, gold seems to be quite bullish. So yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I always say, don't try and predict these events prior to the time. Sit, wait for the report to be released, and then once the report is released, then trade it from there onwards. Okay, so don't just automatically assume based on certain movements within the market that the market is going to react in a certain way, because, well, the market could react in any way, and all we can actually do as traders is sit, wait for that actual report to be released, and then once the report is released, then you can go from there onwards. Okay, so I see I have a question here from Shawl. Aim on pips for US tech. So I'm not really aiming for anything as high as yesterday. Yesterday we had $150 move, so that's 1,500 points. I don't think we'll get something very similar to that. I think it'll be relatively less, and personally I think we can safely aim for around, let's say, 1,000 points, so about $100 move on gold. I hope that answers your question there, Shawl. So we have 2 minutes to go time. So what I'm going to do on my side is I'm gonna get the reports and everything ready, so that once that data comes out that we can trade it. I'm also going to just place 1 or 2 orders to get that ready. So if I do get a little quiet for about a second, you would know why. So just placing those orders real quick. Okay, so we can see Nasdaq is pushing up relatively a lot. There was a massive spike upwards. It broke through that 13,000 level. It is pulling back now a little bit. I just want to see, so that is obviously still that first candle. So Just want to see what the actual report came out as. So we're still within that first few seconds, so nothing just yet. But by the looks of it, it came out lower if you look at how the market is currently responding. And now my Wi-Fi is slightly messing with me a little bit here. So, okay, so it actually came out a lot, like everything is red here. Bad news for the actual US dollar. So the core PPI came out at minus 0.1, so it came out even lower than it did last month. PPI came out at minus 0.5, so that also came out lower. And the unemployment claims report, that came out relatively in line with expectations. So they were forecasting, so still came out higher, so that obviously means there was more job claims, so that's also bad for the US dollar. So that is positive for the rest of the market, because that means that they can't really increase interest rates as much. So the unemployment claims report came out at a what's that figure there? 239,000. So it's higher than the forecasted 233 and much higher than last month's 228. So just based on that, obviously all round bad news for the dollar at the moment. Okay, I see that Nasdaq is pulling back a little bit at the moment. So yeah, so that is correct. Okay, so everything is negative for the dollar. Yes, gold is spiking. Just want to move over to my chart here as well on gold, just having a look at what specifically is happening there as well. Wow, it went really high. That was a massive spike on gold specifically. It is currently back at that specific level where everything kind of started off. So based on the results that we got, plus what we got yesterday, personal opinion, I'm getting in on another buy on gold. Just waiting for, a slight, if this 1 minute candle closes, yep, I think that's okay. We can enter that trade. So entering a buy here on gold, seeing how that is going to run up now as well. So obviously everything here is pointing towards a weakening dollar. Weakening dollar would mean strength within gold, strength within the rest of the market. Let's just have a look at Nasdaq real quick. Nasdaq's also starting to find that rejection to start pushing a little bit higher. And then having a look here at the Dow. Dow obviously it's pulling back a little bit. So there's slight pullback here on the Dow after that big 1 minute spike. Could actually just give us a nice entry. Okay. So we could actually be experiencing a nice entry on this specific one. Let me know what you are seeing on your side. Are you currently in any trades? So I'm currently now in that buy. I also entered an additional buy here on gold. Okay, I do see that it is, there's a lot of fluctuation here in the market at the moment. So all we'll be doing now is just waiting it out, seeing how our trades play out. And I think that's also it for our session. There we go. There goes gold. So that is absolutely beautiful. Loving that spike on gold currently. If it just keeps going like that, today is going to turn out as a really, really good Friday. Okay, so let me know which trades that you enter. If you wouldn't mind, just pop me a message in the chat section. Let me know which trades you got in on. Let me know how things are going your side. Are you in a little bit of profit? And again, showing, why we don't try and predict the market. If you look at that spike on gold, you might have gotten in on gold much, much higher now because of the fact that it is spiking as much as it did. So, I mean, gold literally started before the report on around about 2028 and it spiked all the way to 2036. So that extreme spike would have obviously caused that you got in on the trade very, very late, and that late entry on that specific trade could have caused you to, now be in a little bit of a drawdown. But if you waited for your entry, then things could have been really, really good for you. Okay. Just want to see here. Just monitoring my trades here as well. Just to make sure everything is going well here. Yeah, I see I have some messages that came through here as well. Leon says USD JPY is moving down, or slowly moving down. That is correct. It would be moving down. So Brian says he's in on gold and NASDAQ. Neil says he's in on gold, Dow buys. Okay, great. I'm also in a couple of Dow buys, but I've been in those since yesterday. So, yeah. And then gold aiming for 250. Well, it's not impossible. Gold could be aiming for 250 because of the fact that we have, so much going on today. So gold could absolutely be aiming for 250 today, and then we can see what happens from there on forward, because obviously that 250 would be those previous high points. So there are definite possibilities regarding that. So yeah, gold could actually go up all the way to 250. That is absolutely a possibility. So just closing some of my previous trades that were running, just so that we can, secure a couple of profits there. Natural gas dropping. Natural gas is actually looking pretty good at the moment. It was dropping for most of the day. So, yeah, I see there was about a minute that it dropped quite a bit. Okay, if you look on the hourly time frame, natural gas is dropping quite a bit after having, 3 super bullish hours, which I was very happy about. But I do see that it is dropping a bit. It is still, however, for me, above that support level, so I'm still relatively good on this. Yes, JD, as predicted on yesterday's analysis review. Thanks for that, Sapiso. I really do appreciate that as well. And Charles says, okay, I see it moving back up. Okay, fantastic. Well, traders, I really hope that you enjoyed this short live session. Just going through, getting the results live as they come out. And that this has assisted you in your trading. As always, share those profits with me as well, so when you actually start closing out your trades and there's big profits there, or even little profits, but as long as they profits, send me a screenshot if you have me on Telegram. If you don't have me on Telegram, send me an email. What I will do is I will pop my email into the live chat section here. So that is guru@smartonlinetrader.com. So feel free to send me an email there with some of your results from this session. Other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic trading day further. And as always, may the plus be with you. Cheers.